This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Almost every day I say that we are living in a populist moment. And every day, almost every day, when I say we are living in a populist moment, people ask me and fire at me and say, what do you mean? What do you mean a populist moment? And then I explain. I say, American voters, most American voters are angry. They're angry. And Joe Biden and the Democrats don't recognize or understand this anger. They don't understand this populist moment that we're living in. When I say we're living in a populist moment, that's what I mean. I mean the average American voter is pissed off. Pissed off at a political system that the average American voter believes no longer listens to them. Pissed off at a world that seems to be changing constantly overnight. Pissed off about how much milk costs. Pissed off about how much eggs cost. I can go on, but I want you to listen to me right now because this is really important. And if you want Trump to lose in November, you need to understand this. We are, in fact, living in a populist moment. The average American voter is pissed off, not just MAGA, not just Trump's base. The average American voter across the political spectrum is pissed off. I would argue that Biden and the Democrats have never understood or recognized this moment. And I would argue that Joe Biden and the Democrats, most especially Joe Biden, better figure out a way to show that he understands and recognizes this populist moment before November if he wants to win in November. Let me be clear about something else. The average American voter is angry. Again, broadly speaking, and we've been in this populist moment for 8, 9, 10 years now, beginning even further back than that. This populist moment got Trump elected in 2016. Average Americans across the political spectrum are pissed off. Again, broadly speaking, pissed off at a political system that is broken and no longer meeting their needs, pissed off at a country and a world and life that seems to be changing overnight, constantly, and pissed off about their daily economic situation. Trump and MAGA understand and recognize this moment, and they demagogue the moment. Trump takes this anger and he tries to inflame the anger. He tries to increase the anger. He demagogues the anger. He lies at the anger. He uses the anger to even further divide us. It's what a demagogue does. A demagogue recognizes the populist moment we're in, and he uses it to increase the anger, further divide us, so as to keep him in power. That's Trump. But man, the Democrats' problem is they just haven't recognized or understood this moment. Biden hasn't spoken to it. We're in a weird place where Trump and Republicans are assholes. They recognize the moment and they walk around with their middle finger to try to grow the anger. What a horrible thing that is, to try to grow the division. How horrible is that? But Biden and the Democrats come across as aloof and arrogant and elite and out of touch because they don't even speak to or understand this anger. I'll never forget a year or so after Biden was elected. Remember, the price of gas was through the roof. Average Americans pissed off about how much they were paying at the pump. And what did the Democratic Party put forward? Green energy bullshit, like wind and solar and all the rest, renewables. Right then and there, when Americans were pissed off right then and there about what they were paying right then and there at the pump, like let's expand renewables, like that's going to do anything about the price of gas now. I remember remarking how elitist and out of touch that was. This is the Democrats' problem. If Joe Biden and the Democrats can't speak to the average Joe who's pissed off, Biden may well lose to the demagogue, the evil demagogue again. I said early on after Biden got elected, I wish after Biden won, I wish after Biden was sworn in, he would have stood in front of the American people and talked about this. I wish he would have given a speech. I wish he would have said, look, gang, we're coming out of a once-in-a-lifetime health event, a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. Man, the shit's going to be real. We don't know how this is going to play out. Shit's going to be expensive. Gas is going to be expensive. We're coming out of a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. Supply chains have been fucked up. The world economy is messed up. We're all in this together, but shit's going to be tough for a while. And shit's going to be expensive for a while. And this is what I'm going to do to try to help it, but I'm going to be straight with you, man. Gas is going to cost a bunch for a while. Price of bread's going to cost a bunch for a while. The price of just living is going to cost a bunch for a while. We're going to do the best we can, working with you to do something about that, but we're coming out of a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, man. We ain't never been here. We ain't never been here before. I wish Biden had spoken to the American people like that right after he got elected and then continued that dialogue every fucking month of his presidency. We're in this together. I don't know. I've never come out of a worldwide pandemic before. Biden should have told us. We're in this together. Let's see how this plays out. Let's work through this together. This sucks. This sucks. Man, this is hard. Biden needed to have that monthly dialogue with the American people for the past 3.5 years. And if he had, he'd be in this place right now where he'd be recognizing and understanding and empathizing with. He'd be part of the anger. And he'd be part of the solution to the anger. But he didn't do that. And he probably wasn't capable of doing that. And Biden's done some good things. But because he did not make that populist connection right after he got elected, the average pissed off voter thinks that Biden and the Democrats are out of touch. It's not too late. He should have that talk now. And he should have that talk now weekly between now and the election. I'm with you. And a lot sucks right now. There's a lot of change going on right now. And a lot of shit is expensive still. I get it. Let's do what we can to work through it. Somehow he has to make that connection to beat the evil demagogue. I'm Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening. This is White Flag with Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh, whiteflag@gmail.com. All one word. Joe Walsh, whiteflag@gmail.com. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.